Whoa. Had to almost pull that IFB out of my ear. Those Abolish ICE dudes and ladies were screaming pretty loud. No, I'm serious. I got to turn the volume down next time. You know, producer Denise, you played that for me before and it was loud and I forgot. I was sitting here getting ready for the show and all of a sudden I hear, Abolish, eardrums exploding everywhere. Oh my gosh, this is the gift of Donald Trump, isn't it? I'm going to get into this in a second, how Donald Trump, this is it. This is what Donald Trump has been able to do with no other Republican president or politician in my lifetime, at least, has been able to do. He provokes these political overreactions by the left, and now the left has gone full nut job, and they're calling to abolish ICE. What? Really? Now they've doubled down on stupid. All right, in case you think we're making any of this up, you saw that, the abolish ICE part. That was they almost blew my eardrum out in the beginning. This is a little montage of additional Democrat politicians thinking somehow this is going to help them win elections to call for what? Open borders and abolishing ICE, these patriotic men and women who keep our country safe by kicking people out that don't belong here and potentially committed really serious criminal activity. You think this is a winner for you? Man, you got to take a trip outside of your coastal bubbles once in a while. Check out this video montage of Democrats calling for ICE to be abolished.
I believe you should get rid of it, start over, reimagine it, and build something that actually works.
I think there's no question that we've got to critically re-examine ICE and its role and the way that it is being administered and the work it is doing, and we need to probably think about starting from scratch.
I think we need to abolish ICE. That seems really clear.
You need some kind of agency to deal with immigration, but ICE is not that. We should abolish ICE. We should create something better, something different.
Ladies and gentlemen, this, again, is the gift of Trump. Let me tell you how these things would have gone in the past, right? Republican politicians would have put out a zero-tolerance policy at the border, which should always be the policy. If we're going to have a law, don't enter the country without inspection. That's the crime, by the way. Entering without inspection. That's the actual crime. Because liberals want to tell you that crossing the border illegally isn't illegal, that it's a civil penalty. That's not true. Entry without inspection is, in fact, a crime. Entry without inspection multiple times is a felony. Now, I know liberals have a tough time with facts, but the way this would have worked with Republican politicians in the past is they would have said, hey, we're going to actually enforce immigration law. There would have been a media backlash that they coordinate with the Democrat Party, because that's what they do all the time. They must get their talking points or something like that. Remember that journo list scandal? And then all of a sudden, that Republican politician would have backed down. He probably would have apologized and would have co-opted portions of the Democrat policies and platform and all their rhetorical nonsense moving forward. That's what they would have done. Trump doesn't do that. And when Trump doesn't do that, he provokes this political overreaction by the left. Instead of the left coming out with a rational border policy, what do? In an effort to one-up each other, because remember, it's power that matters, ladies and gentlemen. Kamala Harris, who you saw there, Cynthia Nixon, the Sex and the City stars running for mayor of New York, governor of New York. Who else was it? Kirsten Gillibrand, who's a widely assumed 2020 candidate for president as well. They have to one-up each other with nuttier responses to this. You saw Bill de Blasio, too, from the mayor of New York City there, insinuating as well that ICE should be abolished as well. They have to one-up each other. By the way, he's a potential contender for president, too. With craziness. Why? Because they're pandering to an increasingly hostile far-left base that has money and organizing power. Now, these people will never get elected on a national platform, not with this kind of nonsense now. And that's why I say this has been the gift of Donald Trump. Trump doesn't back away from them. So he forces them to politically overreact and leapfrog each other with dumber and dumber policies, appealing to more and more of a fringe element of the far-left component of the Democrat Party.